Took the words right out of my mouth. All right. Can you guys hear me okay? Wow, my face is really red. I just took a shower. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's change some things here. All right. Chat seems to be on the fritz again. Here we go. Okay. I mean, I could technically test this. And see how this sounds. Oh, Wolfen, you are too kind. Didn't even think to post it. This is how rusty I am with the streaming game. I didn't even post anything on Twitter yet. So I'm gonna retweet your your tweet just to make it easy. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna. Of course, I get messages now. All right, I'm going to get the game up. Yeah, I don't know why the chat viewer isn't working now all of a sudden. But I'm not going to be too worried about this one because we're going to switch it over to the gaming. No. Let's do this one. There we go. Because I have a feeling, based on the layout, looking at the screen here, that my camera is probably going to be covering something on screen. So we're just going to leave it like this, if that's okay. Let me get the stream chat viewer up and running again. Oh gosh, that's really loud. Yeah, you're going on mute. How's everyone doing today? This lazy Sunday. Well, lazy for me. I didn't do much aside from getting ready for the stream. Okay, that looks much better. Well, no, not much better. That's tiny. Let's fix that. That'll work. Yeah. That'll work. Okay. Oh, I got the extra life light up behind me. I figured that would be suitable. So, uh, yes, I am, as always, streaming for Extra Life. So the link, where's my? There we go. Over there, bit.ly/believe in fate is where you can go to donate to the local children's hospital. My goal this year is 2,500. That's not the goal for today. That's just for the whole year. But I hope today that we hit maybe 200, 250. I think that's a modest amount to want to reach for. Writing, editing some photos, watching Ozark. I have not gotten past season 2 of Ozark. I need to. I know they're at season 4 now. And I need to catch up because I liked season 1, started season 2, and for some reason I stopped somewhere in the middle of it. So I really want to continue. All right, pardon me. I am just doing some last minute adjusting here. Okay. All right. So I got the game pulled up. I'm gonna adjust the volume. I turned the volume all the way down once I got to this menu because it was overpowering everything. So I'm gonna turn it back up. I'll find a nice suitable middle ground. Oh, I don't hear it anymore. Wait, when did Uncharted get anime school? Well, we're not playing Uncharted today, man. Speaking of Uncharted, that's a bad way to show off my new Uncharted tattoo. Okay, so the game audio, I think it's because I had it going. It probably glitched out. That happens sometimes. So, I'm going to quit and I'm going to reopen it. Oh, cool. It picked up right where it was before. Ah, no, we're not supposed to see any. Okay. Still not hearing audio from it. Or do you guys hear audio? Music's up. I'm gonna try to remove. This is why I didn't start right away. Let me check my audio settings. This is embarrassing. Oh, it's like it's not even picking up the game. Alright, I'm gonna try to remove it and then add it back. 1 second. I'm an idiot. Okay. I am a big idiot. Yeah, it was my setup. It was absolutely me. Just gonna pull this back down. How's that? Oh. There we go. I think that should do it. Okay. Alright. I'm ready. We're gonna do this. So to preface real quick, never played this before. Don't know how I never spoiled this for myself. Although I'm sure I might have heard some spoilers or seen some spoilers, but didn't realize it was spoilers, to be honest. So, yeah, don't know what to expect outside that this is a dating sim. So, I'm just going to make one quick adjustment to my headphones here. No, that is insanely worse. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm actually kind of nervous. Oh no, it's one of these. Okay. Ray. Should have put poop butt. Can I just... Okay. So I click... Okay. See an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Okay. Sayori. Good friends since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Can I see her? However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Oh, okay. Short redhead. Great start. Freshman poop butt. Hi, Liam. Thanks for joining us. Ha ha! I am not doing the girls' voices because I can't. No. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. I should have ran. The best dating sim is the one where you make out with pigeons. I've heard of that one. Feel weird about it. Alright. Maybe, but only be... Oh, this is me. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. I'm doing the voice anyway, I guess. Screw it. That's mean, Ray. Oh, is the game audio a little loud? I'll turn it down a little. How's that? I can turn myself up. Get bigger hands. Shut up. Alright. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Rude. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. Yeah. Guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. I'm not doing that again. We cross the street together and make our way to school. Making our way. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Ray, have you decided on a club to join yet? This is where Literature Club comes in, huh? Alright, I gotta do this because... Okay. I'm actually gonna do that. There we go. So now I can hear myself. Because I'm hearing an echo when I have it plugged into this other thing. But please tell me if any other audio issues come up. You stop hearing me or need me to make adjustments, and I'll do that. Oh boy. Have you decided on a club to join yet? I can't get bigger hands! I can show it again. I don't mind showing it again. I love showing it off. Can't turn all the way around, but yeah. Love it. Alright. Have decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Suri likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I'm sorry if I'm reading this weird. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Still fighting that, and I'm way past college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? Aww. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. How about you just don't worry about me? Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. I promise you nothing. NEET, an acronym for Not in Education, Employment, or Training. Well, at least I'm employed. Fade transition. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. We're done. After pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Check. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Because why not? Hello? Sayori? Are there any students at this school? Clearly not. This is a parallel dimension where it's just me and Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. You gotta have the, peripheral. You have to be on your toes at all times, man. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Because I'm the only one in this classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah? There is no way I am going to your club. Aw, meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. You're not wrong. It's a redhead. If there's another redhead in here, then it's like, okay, let them fight. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much? Anyway, well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. Oh, come on. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. Although cupcakes. I can't tell if Sierra is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long... Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! Crossfade. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Why did the music stop when this came up? I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. There's the music, okay. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Oh, that's me. I was thinking that's right. Let me rephrase. I told you, don't call me a new member. I don't know if I'm going to join yet. I glance around the room. Oh, girl 1. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sarah always has nice things to say about you. Always says nice things about you. I just keep redoing the sentences. Seriously? You brought a boy? Okay, pink hair, don't care. She don't care about me, so boom. Although the girl with the purple hair, though, reminds me of... What's her name? She's from High School of the Dead. Psycho. She reminds me of Psycho, so... Got some points there for me. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Ray, what a nice surprise. Long hair, redhead. Long hair, redhead. Okay. Let them fight. Sayori and girl number 3 apparently is going to fight. No, it's not. Those are supposed to be, like, ties, but they do sell, clips that do that. I see cosplayers use them. Welcome to the club. See, she's nice. redheads like me. Yeah, I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. And my background's just really, really dark, so I just look like a floating head here. I was hoping that the extra life light back there would be a little brighter, but it's not. Natsuki's here, isn't he? So it's all girls in this club. Of course, because this is a dating sim, right? All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. And now the harem begins. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. Oh. I want that cupcake, so I guess I better be nice to her. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Oh, her name's Yuri. Don't say things like that. Oh, and she's shy. She's shy. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Okay, now she's making me think of that, what's her name, that anime where the girl can't talk because she's so nervous all the time. Well, it's nice to meet the both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? Monika. That's right. It's great to see you again, right? Again? Monika swallows sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Check, check, check. Basically completely out of my league. I mean, shoot your shot, right? So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika? Come sit down, right? We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I have a choice? I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Oh, Yuri makes tea! Girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Monika! I thought it would give me a choice there. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Or Keanu's, whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Neko cakes. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! Wow, my voice cracked. My voice cracked. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monika. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks for their mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. I do that. I do that. You ever do that, like, when you're eating a meal and you, like, look at the best, like, bite that has all the best stuff on it, you save that for last? Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Here we go. Are you being mean because you secretly like me? Are you those type of girls? You're gonna kick the back of my seat when we're in class? So, is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really... This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for, you know, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation entirely. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. like I like you or anything. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. I love that. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Helps you enjoy a lot of things. So my scales are swaying here. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Well, she's doing a good job so far. Now, that's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Haven't considered it. Starting to. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the other major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Blah, can't talk. Or read, rather. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. A debate club with 0 students in it. No one can argue back if there's no one there. Wink. Monika really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Make sure I read that right. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Okay. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. And there we go. Our 4... Sounds so objectifying when I say choices, but these are the 4 girls of the literature club that I must now pick one of. Which, is this the type of game where I can have multiples, or I have to pick only one? Not that I want to pick multiples, but there's some games that are like that. Or it's just gonna go straight harem at some point. I don't know. We'll see. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Highlander rules. Hi, Crossette. Baka to the death. That's what I was saying earlier. Let them fight. Just throw some, axes and stuff on the floor. Just like, have at it. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Ray, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, Marvel, DC, a lot of independents, Dynamite Comics, a couple different things. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. No need to call me out. Manga. That's just straight to the point. Go to. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. Just be yourself. I'll play this for you. That's how you play a dating sim. Yeah, that's fair. Your favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. I'd like to introduce you to D&D. Here are some dice, Yuri. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment we walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Okay. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Same here. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Sorry, there's that response. Just, I read a horror book once. In-game Ray needs to get on real Ray's level. Junji Ito. Like, everything Junji Ito. So good. So good horror. I just really grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. Junji Ito! Just say you read Junji Ito! At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems... Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sari settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why don't you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. Avert your gaze. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Fan fiction. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment, so there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Ray? I'm being shoehorned into joining this club now. Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. Oh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Suri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and alright, that's intimidating. Alpha Girl stared back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Ray... you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Okay. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Peer pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure. One by one, the girl's eyes lights up. I'm so happy. Suri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Okay. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Lit club or death? Yeah, that's what it felt like. I feel like I was probably gonna get, like, turn around and walk away and then just, like, stab, stab, stab. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Ray, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Express myself. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. I mean, it's just a poem. Would a haiku count as a poem? Those are easier, I suppose, and shorter too. Meanwhile, the girls continue chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Ray, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? We're neighbors, why not? That's right, Yuri and I never walk home together anymore, but she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. With that, the two of us depart the club room, and make our way home. Making our way? The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Ayla, I need help writing a poem! Oh, wait, were you really doing this? Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. I didn't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting this. Alright. Hang on. Hydrate or dihydrate. Oh, yeah, everyone that's in chat. Are you hydrating? Are you drinking enough water? Take a break with me. Hydrate. Right now. Alright. After that hydration break, let's pick some words. Drink something. Bean water. Bean water works too. Got no problem with bean water. Alright. Let's see. I don't like that. How many do I have to pick? Let's do... portrait. Oh, okay, so it's one from each list. Got it. What did I pick for the first one? I already forgot. All right. Not gonna pick Papa because of the implications. Ooh, heartbeat. Journey. Good game. Starskate. Melancholy. Oh, I didn't realize that. Whisper. Oh, okay. Skirt. Sweet. Oh. Why is Monica not down there? I want to write a poem for Monica. That's fine. Yuri will be fine. Rose? Nope. What does Yuri like? Oh, Yuri's sad, so maybe she likes... is it fireflies? Dang it! Oh, wait, she's... Oh my... Really? Suicide is a choice here. Alright. Capable. Okay, so she... Okay, so Yuri likes... Like... The emotion... Oh, right, well, she did say she likes, like, the emotional stuff. She's reading horror, so... Oh, frightening? Yeah, okay. This is gonna be a really weird poem, because it's, like, taking a turn. Wrath. Okay. Or... She's the big titty god. It is an attractor. Oh, Alone. Really? Alone was Sayori. Okay. Doki Doki. Extraordinary Invisible Friends. Cheer 12. Okay. Oof. Imagination. Yes. You know what? Love. And... Liam! I mean, I have to. You know how embarrassing that'll be coming back to the club and just being like, oh, hi, Yuri? No, you're Natsuki. You're Yuri. No, you're Monica. I gotta remember. Alright, let's get through this. Okay, you know what? Time. And last but not least, adventure. Okay. Oh wow, we just skip right to the... Okay, cool. We don't have to go through the whole school day. But then again, there's no school. There's no other people in the school. Hi again, Ray. Sorry. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. No school, only club. Fire bad! When I'm back at the literature club, I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. I have to make my entrance. Thanks for keeping your promise, Ray. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. The fuck, Sayori? And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Oh, it's here? What are you reading? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. It's literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Ray always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Okay. The real teachers are the poems we wrote along the way. The real dokis are the dokis we doki along the way. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Well, maybe it's because you just throw your work in my lap. Like cooking, cleaning my room. Oh, do I really do all that since we're neighbors? How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Okay, that's reasonable. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Might be a little jealous. How come? You and Ray can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori... Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. Well, what is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. Guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it, if you want. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She's not accidentally being so cute! She's cute! She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. Oops, I'm sorry about that. I hit the mic stand. Sorry if that hurt your ears. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Junji Ito. Junji Ito. Junji Ito. She said she was reading horror. Or maybe it's The Stand. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. So she just started. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Oh. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I do that sometimes. You can ask Sayori. I'm under this sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Sure. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Imagine if you're trying to read and the guy was staring you down. Imagine if it was me staring you down. That would definitely make anybody uncomfortable, clearly. But I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Oh, okay. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Ray? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, no, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then? But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. Chin hands? That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book, quickly retrieve the book, that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? Slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Good move. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. Oh, I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. Of course she's not, because I'm sitting there. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, we have different angles? Oh! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange, my thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses a lot of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. Didn't mean to just call you out like that, jeez. But Ray, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, no, I didn't mean in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Oh. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. Flop into the bag of holding it goes. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Suri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Suri's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. And I do the same. Who should I show my poem to first? Oh, now I get to choose. Okay, so I guess this is where the real meat of the game is. Having to choose. Since I was focusing the poem on Yuri, like towards the last half, I'm going to show it to Yuri first. And we were just reading together, so it makes sense. So let's show Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I just say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thoughts, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Focus mode. Her stammering is completely gone as she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Yes, I'm going to try to do the whole game today. Beginning to end. I heard it was going to be a couple hours, so we're going to try to just power through. Oh, this is an actual poem. Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Wow. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. If that was your handwriting, then no. That was... that... What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Dumb brain takes a long time to read. Yeah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Ray. Really? I must have totally missed the point then. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. Poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. I can't read. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Ray. Oh, me too. Who should I come to next? All right, Monica. Hi, Ray. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. And apparently Lobar is playing Ark. I don't know how to turn off my Steam notifications. Don't worry, Ray. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Ray. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. Sounds a little sarcastic. I'm starting to notice that, Ayla. Like, the tunes, I'm like, different tones, but the melody, in a lot of cases, are still the same. Ray, these are just the lyrics to Wonder. Oh my god, I would totally do that. I would. Oh, come on, focus. Okay. Monica picks up the paper. Today is gonna be the... Ray, are you fucking serious? Oh, Liam, that was good. That was so good. It's really metaphorical. Can I read my poem? I just picked words. I want to know what I made. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Accurate. I can't disappoint you if I tell you to meet the expectations way down here. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Oh, okay. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writings that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that, effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Oh, but I do. That's the point. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in Wall. Okay. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already squished with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Alright. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Hi, Asphalt. Thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. That was good timing. Okay, who should I show my poem to next? Alright. Natsuki. Right, yeah, that's the pink-haired girl. Well, it's about what I expected for someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So, basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Fire bad! Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. Oh, I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out that feeling in the last line. Einstein was a witch. Oh, I get it now. That's what you were quoting. Geez, how many times did you watch people play this to remember all that? So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I said to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Good. Good. I like that. Last one. Alright, Sayori. This is a good poem, right? I want to read my poem! I want to know what I wrote. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. God, I need to read one word at a time, Ray. My brain is like predicting what the sentence is gonna be based off the first few words, and it just goes. Hydrate or dihydrate. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Ray. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this is for other people. Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not really sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have a lot of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay. You'll read my poem too, right? Sure? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. I will see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I like that. That was good. I like that. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, you totally did. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss a symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Ray did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Did the cupboard in the background just open? No, I think that closet is always open. I noticed it in the first day. And Ray liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Wow, the boingy sound effects. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Ray appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose booze magically grew a size bigger as soon as Ray started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys! Suddenly both girls... Full disclosure, I totally read that as suddenly goth girls turned towards me. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Ray? She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Ray. Hey, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Ray? I don't like confrontations. Can I just, like, Homer Simpson fade into the bush? You didn't see anything. I'm not here. Well? Oh, they're both doing it now. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course it's going to be... Yuri! Right. Dang it, I'm sorry, I hit the mic again. Sorry about that. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna adjust some things. Hang on. Yeah, that's got enough battery. You can go over here. And I'm gonna move the mouse a little bit. There we go. Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri won't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. Okay, not good. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sorry, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. You'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. No! Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. I would have honestly gone and got the poem out of the garbage and kept it, and maybe give it to her later. That's just me, though. I gingerly approach her and sit in the chair. I already wrote that. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. Oh, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated over being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Alright, I believe you. Thanks, Ray. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. On that one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, huh? What thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. I love tea. Kinda want some tea right now. Oh, wait. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Hey, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everybody. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Ray! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Zero beams at me. It truly has been a while since Zero and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Alright, Yuri? About what happened earlier. What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Whew. Ray, it's nice that I got to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to this kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Insinuations! We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, don't worry about water, Tiff. I'm probably gonna be at this a while. 1 second while I pick these words, I'm going to take a bite. Of this corn dog. I've just been sitting here this whole time. Corn dog. In the middle, there's some meat. Alright. So, I personally am sort of in a impasse because I kind of don't... As much as I'm not a huge fan of Natsuki, I don't want them to feel alone after all of that. And I don't want their place in the club to feel jeopardized. So I kind of want to write something for them, but I also don't want to deter my goal here in trying to win somebody over. Disappointed Monica's not up here, so I'm going to lean towards Yuri. Although Yuri's really sweet too. Yeah, I'm just gonna play. Like, real Ray would have been like, I'm gonna write something for Natsuki to make her feel better. But we're gonna. This is a dating sim, and if I spread myself out to try to be nice to everybody, I'm sure the game's gonna get that misconstrued that I'm trying to date everyone, and it's not gonna end well. So I'm gonna just pick one. So we're gonna go for Yuri. Big titty goth girlfriend. So let's do Eternity. Judgment. Rain Cloud. Brightening. Love. What is... After Image. Someone look up After Image for me, or tell me like what that means, because I think I know what it is, but I think I have it wrong. If someone could put that in the chat. Whisper. I think I did Anxiety before. I'm gonna do Shame. Oh. Shame was Sayori? Alright. Dark. Journey. Okay. Horror. Okay. Okay. Got it. Thanks, Tiff. Let's do fantasy. Oh, that's kind of given. Here? That was Sayori? Okay. I think the game's messing with me a little bit. Unless I'm really misreading some of these. Suicide is up here again. Are these... I might be that oblivious, but are these all the same words from the first choices? Because a lot of them are very familiar. I bet they are. The Suicide's back. I don't want to go that route. Let's do... Hurt. I'm getting very confused. Raindrops. There we go. Aura. Huh? Fireflies. I think I picked Fireflies last time too. Shoot. Heartbeat. Okay. Unending. And lastly, Disarray. That was more predominantly Yuri choices. Seemed like. Another day passes and it's time for the club to meet again. Club meeting today already. Jesus. I'm just not reading at all anymore. Jeez. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. Again, my brain just like assumes what the sentence is gonna be. Oh yeah, it does make me think of Sims 2. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Ray. Yo, Sayori. Oh. I'm a guy that says yo. Alrighty, I'll be here for however long. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Huh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse? Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? By that, all of a sudden, she was expecting me to pay. Yeah, that tracks. No reason, really. What? Hang on. Is that a YouTube channel? I just got in the channel. Is that somebody that I'm not the only one seeing this in the chat, right? Hi, Monica. In chat. Okay. I hope that's the case, because holy crap, that really that really got me. Whoever you are. Hi. Hi, Monica. Whew. Okay. Let's continue. Oh. Where was I? Holy crap, that really threw me. That threw me. Good job on that. Whew. Wow. Alright. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. Oh, what'd I do? Oh, what? Do I save? Oh, I accidentally hit something at the bottom. Whew. Care to show your poem to me next? I want to read it right. You're freaking me out, Monica. You're freaking me out. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. There's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. I was just something in my book. Yuri, tell her to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Again, with the vocabulary almost throwing me off here. Did I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still coming from you, Sayori? I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Ooh. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... Huh? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Yeah, I know, right? More cupcakes. Cookies are crumbly. Well, no, I guess cupcakes are crumbly too, depending on how they're made. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Of course! You don't put food in the vicinity of her mouth. Hey! You just seriously just do that? Uh-huh. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Huh? Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Where's Monika anyway? She's in chat! She's in chat! She's in chat! That's where she's at! Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Oh, I forgot to come in. Yeah, get going. Go get to the club room. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. No fucking way. No, you didn't do that. You didn't do that in the chat. You did not. Sorry. I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Huh? Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall, and to be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Whew. You know what? Low-key, flip my shit. I was so nervous, because there's another game that I've played before called I'm Scared, and it messes with you. It makes files on your computer and shit. Oh, I was totally getting those vibes here. Whew. Okay. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Low-key flip my shit. Best review. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't where you played music as well, Monica. Of course, look at her. Of course she plays music. She probably has a beautiful singing voice as well. I don't really. Kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Hey, that sounds cool. I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Ray. Me? Me? Let me down? You're just practicing piano. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry, I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. Well, in that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Nah, not really. Just to leave out Suri's mischievous escapade. Good choice. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Suri somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Please bring back some tea. Oh, Natsuki went, not Yuri, sorry. Hey, Yuri. Huh? I suddenly that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No, I was kind of just waiting for you. Oh, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, have a request? Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. In fact, that would be very much welcome. Thanks very much. If there's one thing I can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Yeah. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up, makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me, sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. I was looking at her legs. I'm going to invade Skyrim streams. I'll do it. Liam, do it and record it. That'd be amazing. Alright, hang on. Gotta hydrate. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I may as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yuri was going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling a water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. It's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Ray in club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Ray. Yuri quickly exits the room, and I follow. Well then, we're alone. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. Oh. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri? Something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. Irritated? We're just getting... What's wrong with me? No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Ray, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions. We can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Don't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Ray, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah, shall we go? Let's shall. Monica, are you listening in on our conversation in the hall? That's kind of rude. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Oh, so it's a classroom now, not a club room. Stop messing with me, game. Okay, Monica, we're back in the club, so you better get out of chat. It's still freaking me out. Whoever you are, kudos to dedication to this. But if it's the game somehow, holy frick! Ray, do you like oolong tea? I'm privy to some good green teas, but oolong is fine. I'll take some oolong if you have loose leaf oolong. That'll work. Thanks, Monica. Yeah, anything is fine. Not anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature in the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. I'm liking Yuri a lot. I have my own little tea set that I make tea with. Ayla and Brennan know, Tiff knows, and I love it. I love making tea with it. So this is like, she's hitting all the right markers for me personally. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. Oh, and they're loose leaf tea leaves. They're not just tea bags. You're welcome, Monica. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. Oh, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much, okay? You're always worrying about me, Ray. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Ray, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. She says no worries. I say no worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag of holding. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Siri's candy radar. That must have been difficult. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Ooh. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. I'm actually going to do something here. Hang on 1 second. Un momento, guys. Sorry about that. I turned off my notifications for one of my things because it was making noises. Anyway, back to the game. Actually, while we're taking this quick pause, hydrate. Okay. You and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? I feel like I need to read that line like Gojo in My Dress Up Darling. How am I supposed to focus reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Wow, very intense. There's the dust. Oh, there's dust particles. Yeah. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. Oh, okay, so she's like holding it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. And just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Ray? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean... Not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. And Monica, stop staring at us! So hard to focus. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't focus now. That even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and I place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone! Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Monica, that was so... Really? Come on! It's time to share poems. Ray, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks 2 cups up off the floor, pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. Great. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. I will bring it up! I will gladly bring it up! Who would you show with you first? Isn't it obvious? Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Ray, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job of explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Oh god! Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Not used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Good. Good. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. Probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? It's much longer. She loves raccoons. Alright. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing the scuttering of a raccoon outside. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife, the very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Okay. Some connotations there. I'm being told that the game paused. Can you guys still see me? You can? Okay, just checking. Someone said that, I was told that it, had paused. Okay. Yeah, keep me posted if it does anything. Oh gosh, Monica. Oh boy. Thanks, Monica. Appreciate it. Just checking something real quick. Okay. we're gonna continue. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. How to end game. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express what it feels like for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Ray? Don't you have anything like that, Ray? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our own individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Ray. That's exaggerating it a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. Sincere smile. Great. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Good. You know what? Monica, for subscribing, I'm going to go ahead and let you read. I'll read your poem next, and I'll let you read mine. Yeah, that sounds right. Hi again, Ray. How's the writing going? If she shows up in chat just now, that breaks it, right? She can't be in two places at once, right? Right? How's the writing going? All right, I guess. I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Nah, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I gave my poem to Monica. All right, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. And when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep to herself so much. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Huh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Lana kind of whispers the last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. Somebody save me. Sorry, that just came out. Sorry. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise It won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Oh! Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. And then a whole lot of blank space. Load me. Load? Load me? Alright. Dig it. Dig it. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Well, here we go. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Huh? You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Ha 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 ha. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yeah, I'm listening. Totally listening. Totally listening. Absolutely listening. Whew. Okay. We're good. We're good. Okay. That fourth wall break, good touch. I liked it. Time to hydrate. Also, brief moment here, over there, that link over there, that's for Extra Life. So I am still, up until the rest of the year, I'm still raising money for Extra Life. So if anybody wants to donate or knows anyone that would like to donate to the Sacred Heart Children's Hospital, please do it at that link over there. 100% of your proceeds go to the kids, and I would very much appreciate it if you or anyone you know might be willing to donate a couple bucks to help some kids that really need it. Also, we're at 105 today. I was hoping we could get to like 250 or even 200 today, if that's possible. If we do, I'll put on the shock collar real quick and I'll shock myself. How's that for an incentive? I didn't think of having any incentives for this stream, but yeah. Anywho, let us continue on. I think because of yesterday, I'm going to let Natsuki be the next person, and then Sayori will be the last one. Yo, what? You heard me? I do it usually for most of my other streams. I really did like the poem, Monica. Thanks for letting me read it. Yeah, so if we get to 250, I'll put the shock collar on, and I'll shock myself once. I was thinking of like every $50 we raised today. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's do that. For every $50 from this point, I'll put the shock collar on and do a shock for every $50 raised until the end of the stream. No harmonica this time. Maybe. I don't know. If the person that donates is in chat and they want the harmonica with it, I'll do the harmonica too. Why not? But shock collar at every $50. But we'll see. My goal wasn't. I'm always trying to raise money for the Children's Hospital. Always. That's what all of my streams are for. But this one I just wanted to get on, play Doki Doki, and get back into the streaming rhythm. And we're gonna do some more streams throughout the rest of the year. And Monica, I did save my game. Like right when you told me to. I listened. That's what I'm supposed to do, right? I pay attention. I'm a good listener. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. All right. But I can't really say it's any better either. Whew. Huh? Phew what? Oh, well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing, maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type, all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Ow! Alright. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem? Here. Amy likes spiders. Hey, Ray likes spiders too. I like spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, wiggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Oh gosh. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. I like spiders. I used to have jumping I like spiders. There's nothing wrong with spiders. They're our friends. I take personal issue with this. Okay, cool it. Yeah, they're just little fellas. They're fine. Nothing, they don't hurt anyone. They're fine. I get that they can be kind of scary and creepy looking, but they're fine. They're our friends. They eat other bugs. I don't want to get into it. It's another stream. We'll do that another stream. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think this was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like everyone would agree with that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. Monica likes spiders, apparently. Woo! I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes? As long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy, I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you see Yuri? Yeah? She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. Clearly. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I'd say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Alright. The only option left. Hi, Sayori. No, I don't have any food. Oh, I like this one, Ray. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. It's not an answer. It's not very helpful, you know? I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. So I just go by my heart. Ray, when are you normally live? I want to be always there to see your cute yeah, poetry's subjective. I agree. I don't really have a schedule. I usually just go live whenever I have the time to. I wish I had more time to. I'll say this much. If I do go live, it's usually going to be on a Sunday or a Thursday. And I'll usually post a quick live video announcing when my next stream is going to be. So you subscribed, so you should see the announcements that come up as well. So just stick around. Yeah, hopefully I'll start to do this more regularly. I'm chatting with a video game character. What's going on? Alright. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems? Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Oh, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. That is frickin' adorable. And make a nice happy rainbow. Okay. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing myself, my feelings after all. God, I gotta read. Thanks, Ray. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. Wow, she really put a lot of effort into this one. Oh, Monica. Yeah, I'll see you in the club room. I'll see you. I'm still not honestly 100% convinced it's a person or if that's an actual person's YouTube, but if it's an actual person's YouTube, the commitment to it is insane and I love it so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's read this poem. See you in the club room, Monica. What? Okay. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. Oops. Where was I? Sorry. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Wow. I'm seeing she means about the little rain cloud. Needs a little hug. Okay. Okay. Holy crap. Yeah, right? Siri, did you really write this? Of course I did. I didn't tell you yesterday I was going to write the best... Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Liam knows. Yeah, but... I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being so cheerful. Never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing's like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? Well, I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Cool. Oh, hi, Monica. You just said goodbye, but I see you again. Hi. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah? We're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sarah's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sarah, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. I just didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked it, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. Do I? It just feels like it should be done. I'm just doing it on my own. We'll inspire others to do the same. The more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright! Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Yeah, this is what I felt like the first day when all of you were looking at me. I guess I have no choice. That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way We Fly. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room, because of course it does. More than that, her inflection is pristine, unlike mine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't quite understand. Finally, Monika finished because there was, wow, this word's getting me. Recitation? Recitation. Recitation. Whatever. Words. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts to read the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire that Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back to reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I got you, Yuri. To the rescue. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she absolutely deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applauded, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori? It's a lot harder than I thought. How do you guys do it so easily? Try not to think it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your head. It's your poem, so it'll come out in the best way. It'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. That's the word she thought. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come out of Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Hydrate! Good job, Sayori. Even Ray liked it. Thunder! That's the thunder. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you very nicely. But it might be that other poem wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean! Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Ray. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway.
Might as well let Ray lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with, right? But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Blah blah blah. A scarf Newfman, snab. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I was trying to speak Simlish, Liam. I'm not very fluent in it anymore. I used to be, but not anymore. Not for Troll! I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Abiurbi? Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down and giving life to the poem, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do it again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. Now, the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nice so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow. And then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it, okay? It must be a little nice, though. Well... How am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Ray. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well,